Hi everyone, today I'm doing a tag video. I was tagged by two different people to do two different autumn based tags, so I thought I would merge them together and do one video with all the questions in. Autumn is definitely my favourite season, so it is the kind of tag that I'm definitely into anyway. So the first tag was called the Fall Favourites tag, and I was tagged by Leah XL, and the second tag was called I've forgotten. Getting Ready for Autumn or Feeling Autumnal tag, I think, and I was tagged by Hannah from Hannah Grace. So I will link both of their channels down below so you can go and see their original tags. And I have got all the questions in front of me. I'm doing it old school on a piece of paper today. So the first question is, what is your favourite fall or autumn candle? I don't have a specific candle fragrance, like a brand and their particular fragrance that I always buy. In fact, I haven't bought like a properly expensive, like a Yankee candle, that's what I think of as expensive, for ages, and I'm buying a lot of the supermarket owned type things. But my favourite sort of scents for the autumn are definitely the sweet scents with vanilla, but with a little bit of a spice to them as well. So something like vanilla and cinnamon, those sorts of things, leading up to Christmas, where I love all the Christmas cookie type fragrances as well. I do burn candles all year round, but autumn winter is definitely more of a scented candle season, isn't it, or seasons. The second question is, what is your favourite fall or autumn lip colour? So I've put it on today, and it is a bit of a cult classic. It's the Kate for Rimmel 107, which is also called Rosetta. So as you can see, it's a really gorgeous berry lip colour. I don't know why I'm swatching it, because you can already see it's on my lips. But obviously it comes out different colours on different people's lips depending on your original lip colour. But it's gorgeous, gorgeous berry colour. I do love a berry lip. I think it's the kind of colour that anyone can wear. So if you don't think you can wear berry but want to give it a try, then this is probably a good one to try out, because it's also pretty inexpensive, being Rimmel. Third question, your favourite fall drink or autumn drink? Well, I drink coffee all year round. I am a coffee addict. I've cut right down, but I do have at least one cup a day still, or try and stick to just 1 cup a day. But I'm not really someone that goes for all the different flavours. I really am your straightforward cappuccino and latte kind of girl. Having said that, I do love a hazelnut latte, but because I tried not to have sugar, no, that's a lie. I am a bit of a sugar addict as well, so places where I can cut it out, I try to. So I don't often have the syrups that are in drinks, but if I do fancy a treat, I will have a hazelnut latte. Never tried the pumpkin spice latte. Perhaps I should. I know that's like the rage at the moment, but it's not something I've even tried. I don't think I would like it. The smell of pumpkin in general to me is quite off-putting, so I'm not sure if I would like a pumpkin spice latte, and £3 is quite a lot of money to spend on a drink that you don't like. But yeah, hazelnut lattes are definitely something I love. Question 4 is your favourite fall or autumn blush, and I knew what this was going to be straight away as soon as I read the question, and it's from NARS and it's called Sin. It looks really, in the pan, I don't think this does it justice. It kind of looks a bit muddy, a bit murky, but it gives you a really gorgeous plum flush to your cheeks. I haven't got it on today, it didn't really go with the lipstick, but I absolutely love this. And NARS blushes are a great formula as well. I bought this after seeing Iman talk about it. She's got a channel. She was the first ever YouTuber I subscribed to. So I've had this for about 1.5 years now. And I don't wear it in the summer and spring. I don't think it's sort of the right colour, but when it comes around to autumn and definitely winter, this is the kind of thing I'm wearing almost every day, even to work. Question 5 is your favourite fall or autumn clothing item. So, I mean, there could be loads of things if you're talking about general clothing items. Having said that, if you read my blog, you will realise that I have started a capsule wardrobe this autumn. So I haven't got loads and loads and loads of clothes to choose from. I have cut it right down. And one of the things I've been wearing a lot since I've done that is this cape. This isn't going to come across very well on camera. I'll put it on so you can see, but it's from River Island. I got it for Christmas last year, and because it's still quite mild in England, considering we're in October, so you don't always want to put a big winter coat on, but it's going to be a little bit chilly, definitely if you're leaving for work early on in the morning or coming home later on in the evening when it starts to get dark. So it's quite a thin material, but still fleecy and really comfortable. It's got these tassels on the end, stripy, all different greys, and I like just sort of wrapping up in this especially when I've been leaving for work at like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's actually got quite icy, but then later on the day it's quite warm, so you don't want to have a massive winter coat. So this has been quite a perfect thing to wear in this season so far. So yeah, that's going to be my favourite fall item of clothing for this video. I think I'll keep it on as well. Question 6 is your favourite fall or winter movie, and I did have a little think about this one, because when you think of seasonal films, it's normally Christmas films that you think of, isn't it? But when I thought about it, there's a film that does remind me of autumn, and I think it's because of the Halloween scene in it, and it's Mean Girls. I do love it as a film. I think it is one of those chick flicks that is got so much more comedy in it that it's something that everyone does enjoy. Well, not everyone, but you know, it appeals to a lot of people. And I do love that Halloween scene where she goes dressed up as an absolute, like, proper Halloween style. She goes as a zombie bride, or Frankenstein's bride, doesn't she, when everyone else is in their really sort of slutty, as they call it, on the film outfits. So I do love that scene in the movie or film. So that's something that reminds me of autumn. But if we're thinking of just general films for the autumn, I suppose it's horror movies. I'm not a massive fan of horror movies. I don't like the films that are just scary for the sake of it. I prefer more your psychological thrillers. So Silence of the Lambs, the whole series of Silence of the Lambs actually. Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal. But my favourite of that whole series is Red Dragon, which has got Ed Norton in it, and it's kind of the prequel to everything else that happens in the Silence of the Lambs stories. It is so good. Definitely go and watch that if you haven't seen it already, if you are into the sort of psychological thriller type of film. Question 7 is your favourite fall TV show, which is a bit hard for me really, because I don't really think of TV shows as seasonal, apart from I suppose things like X Factor and Strictly Come Dancing. So yeah, I guess I'd say Strictly Come Dancing, because that starts in the autumn and it gets you all excited for Christmas. I mean, it leads all the way up to Christmas almost. So yeah, I'm going to go with Strictly Come Dancing for my favourite autumn TV show. Question 8 is your favourite Thanksgiving food. Now, obviously in England we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so not really a question I can answer. In fact, the only experience I have of Thanksgiving is from watching it on Friends. So all my knowledge of what happens on Thanksgiving in America comes from Friends. Who knows how accurate that actually is. But as far as I can tell, they seem to eat a roast dinner, but they always talk about yams in it. I've never even tried a yam. What does a yam taste like? And I always remember them having mashed potato on Friends, and I am a huge mashed potato fan. I will have mashed potato over chips, roast potatoes, jacket potatoes, any type of potato, any day. So yeah, I'm going to say mashed potato, even though Thanksgiving is not something that we celebrate in this country. And question 9 is your favourite Halloween costume. I mean, Halloween has become a lot more popular as a thing to celebrate in the UK over the years. Probably because it makes shops money more than anything. There's the cynical side of me. And I've never really been to many Halloween parties. We didn't really have them as a kid. So I can't even remember if I've dressed up for Halloween ever. So yeah, that's not really one I can answer. But what I find is interesting is in the UK, when we dress up for Halloween, it tends to be scary stuff. So you dress up as witches or black cats or zombies or something that is either related to what Halloween means or something horror-like and scary. But whenever you see Halloween films or TV shows in America, they just seem to dress up as anything. So it doesn't have to be something scary. It can be like dressing up as a princess or anything like that. Ah, the cat's trying to fall asleep on my cape. Yeah, so I always found that a bit odd. Why is that? If you are American and watching this, explain to me why is it on Halloween that you don't just dress up as a Halloween character, so to speak, but it can be anything. Maybe they celebrate it so much that they run out of things to dress up as. Otherwise, I don't know. So those questions were all from the fall favourites tag, and the rest are from the other tag. Why can't I remember what it was called again? Feeling Autumnal tag. So some of them are repeats, so I've just taken those out. So the remaining questions are: it's Saturday night in autumn, what are your plans? To be honest, that really varies. I do love a Saturday night in with a takeaway, putting all the candles on, and Netflix and chill. But I do also love going out for dinner. Might go to the cinema. I'm definitely past my days of all night partying every weekend, but you know, the odd night out or family party where you stay up all night is still something I enjoy. So my Saturday night plans definitely is not routine during the whole of autumn. Same during spring and summer really, and winter. Question 11, berry lip, yay or nay? I think I've already covered that. Definitely a yay. Ugg boots, yay or nay? Now the short answer to that from me personally at the moment would be nay. However, I did used to wear them. I do really see the draw of them. They are so comfortable, but I think they're just one of those things now that I've probably just grown out of them. I love boots, and I've got other boots now that are almost as comfortable or just as comfortable as Uggs, but I think look a lot more stylish and just as practical, and they look neater and tidier. And I do hate that thing, I mean lots of people probably say this if they do this tag, I do hate that thing where people buy ones that are either knockoffs or they don't fit them properly and then they fall over on their heels. I can't even think of how to describe it, but you know what I mean. The next question is, what is your go-to look for autumn, clothes or makeup wise? I don't really think I have one. I mean, clothes wise, as I mentioned earlier, I've got a capsule wardrobe this time, so you know, anything in my capsule wardrobe is going to be my go-to look. And I have got a mixture of things, some smart, casual, sort of mixed it all up really. Makeup wise, because I don't wear a huge amount of makeup day to day, when I do put it on, I like to really vary it. Of course there's going to be the berry lips and the darker lips, but as for the eyeshadow and the actual blusher and everything, as much as I've got my favourites, as I've talked about earlier on, I do like to vary it a little bit because I don't wear eyeshadow every day. So when I do put it on, I like to do a bit of experimenting. The next question is, what would you prefer to do with your friend or friends? A cosy night in, all night dancing, or drinks and dinner? All of the above. I like doing any of those with my friends. If I'm picking what we do the most, it's definitely drinks and dinner. When we do meet up, it's normally fitting around our busy schedules. When I'm thinking of my friends, a lot of them do shifts, some of them don't, some of them live close, some of them are really far away. So when we do get the chance to meet up, it's normally drinks and dinner. Gone are the days of, as I said, going out all night dancing every week, but I do still love a dance. And a cosy night in is probably something I reserve for more with my husband and my family. So drinks and dinner is the short answer. I've managed to talk about that for about 5 minutes before getting to it. The next question is, do you have any fall or autumn traditions? I do now, and that's going to see the fireworks on Guy Fawkes Night at Bonfire Night, which in the UK, if you're not from here, is on the 5th of November. I just love it. I've talked about it in a blog post actually. I wrote a blog post about my 5 favourite things about autumn. I'll link it below if you want to see it. But I just love the whole thing of getting wrapped up, coat, gloves, scarf. Everyone's sort of walking towards this sort of big area where you're going to see the fireworks. Kids are all excited with their sparklers. I think of getting donuts, a hot drink, and then watching the fireworks displays. I just really, really love the whole experience. I've started to do it every year now. In fact, one of my friends and her soon-to-be husband seem to be the people that I do that with every year now. So maybe that's our little tradition that we've got. And we're going to somewhere this year in Kent called Leeds Castle, if you're aware of it. They do an absolutely phenomenal fireworks display. It's quite expensive to go there, but it's well worth it. So if you are local to Kent, I would definitely recommend that fireworks display. And the final question is, when is it acceptable to start getting excited about Christmas? Anytime you like. I'm not one of those Scrooge humbug Christmas people, if you know what I mean, people that sort of start to moan when things start too early. I used to work shifts, so from 10 years or so I worked almost every single Christmas. So I'm just so grateful for the fact that I now have a little time off over Christmas to spend with my family, that I don't like to be Scroogey about it. So whenever you like to start getting excited about it, in my opinion. So that is all the questions. I wonder how long I've been rambling on for. I hope it wasn't too rambly, but as you can tell, autumn is just a season that I really, really love. I love the clothes, I love the weather. I'm not even too bothered by the rain that we have in the autumn, because I also love the just sort of crispness of the cold weather before it gets too cold into winter. So I'm not going to tag anyone specific because these are 2 tags rolled into one, but if you fancy doing it with the questions that I've done, or if you want to do either or tag, as I said, I'll link the other girls' videos below who tagged me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do give me a thumbs up, write down a comment below about your favourite thing about autumn, subscribe for weekly videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.